Amusement parks and faves. What is supposed to be quintessential family fun turned tragic for one family as a 10-year-old boy is killed on a water park slide.
Building a water slide to break all records and become the tallest water slide in the world requires years of planning and thorough tests to ensure the safety of all riders. One horrifying and disturbing incident on the Verruckt water slide, however, shows exactly what happens when shortcuts in safety are taken. Verruckt, meaning insane in German, stood as a towering testament to human ambition at Schlitterbahn Water Park in Kansas City, Kansas. Opened in July 2014, this water slide was a record holder, reaching 168 feet into the sky. It was a marvel of modern engineering, designed to thrill and terrify those brave enough to ride its steep slopes. Riders would plummet down a 17-story drop, reaching speeds of up to 70 miles per hour, only to be launched up a second hill and down another drop, before finally coming to a stop. It was an adrenaline rush like no other, but behind the screams of joy and excitement, there lurked a deadly flaw. August 7th, 2016. A day that began like any other summer day at the water park, with families lining up for a day of fun. Among them was 10-year-old Caleb Schwab, the son of Kansas State Representative Scott Schwab. Caleb was an energetic and adventurous boy, eager to experience the thrill of Verruckt. He boarded the raft with 2 adult women, unaware that this ride would be his last. As the raft descended to the top of the slide, anticipation hung in the air. The riders' hearts pounded with a mix of fear and excitement, but what should have been a joyous descent turned into a nightmare. As the raft sped down the initial drop, something went horribly wrong. The raft became airborne, striking a metal support rod meant to hold the safety net in place. The force was catastrophic.
10-year-old Caleb Schwab was visiting Schlitterbahn in Kansas City when he climbed the metal stairs to the top of the world's tallest water slide, one of the park's main attractions.
The mother was screaming, "He's not moving, that's my boy."
The boy did not survive the ride, suffering a fatal neck injury.
Caleb suffered fatal injuries in the collision, while the 2 women sustained serious injuries. The horror of that moment is unimaginable, a tragedy that no family should ever endure. Investigations into the incident revealed a series of alarming oversights. The ride, designed to be the tallest, fastest, and most thrilling, had bypassed crucial safety protocols. Engineers and designers had cut corners, relying on trial and error rather than established safety standards. The raft's design was flawed. Its combined weight distribution and the velocity at which it traveled created a perilous situation. The netting, intended as a safety feature, became a lethal hazard. Experts testified that the ride was a matter of when, not if, a tragedy would occur. In the wake of Caleb's death, Verruckt was permanently closed. The water park's reputation was irreparably damaged, and legal battles ensued. Charges of involuntary manslaughter and aggravated battery were brought against several individuals involved in the ride's creation and operation. It was discovered that tests on the ride prior to the accident using sandbags failed miserably, with rafts occasionally becoming airborne and falling off the ride. Yet, the pain of Caleb's loss cannot be measured in court sentences or fines.
There was a gentleman who wouldn't allow me to come close enough to see what was going on. And He just kept saying, no, trust me, you don't want to go any further.
Scott was in such shock, Good Samaritans had to confirm the incomprehensible.
I said, I just need to hear you say it. Is my son dead? And he just shook his head. And I said, I need to hear it from you. Is he dead? He says, yes, your son is dead.
Caleb's family, forever scarred by the tragedy, became vocal advocates for amusement ride safety, pushing for stricter regulations to prevent such a disaster from happening again. Their grief, shared by a community and nation, serves as a poignant reminder of the consequences of negligence. Verruckt, once a symbol of daring and innovation, now stands as a somber testament to the perils of unchecked ambition. The thrill of the ride, overshadowed by the darkness of its legacy. A ride that sought to touch the sky, but brought only despair.